we have some spillage in there. Yes, sir. The fry just ripped the breading off my little wiener. What even is that? I swear it gets worse every bite. Hey there. Today we're throwing it back to when you were a literal child. Your parents have abandoned you. Maybe they went out to the movies for date night, or maybe you just suck and they need a break. And as a dumb child, you don't know how to cook anything because you're dumb. So you're left with your only option. Kid Cuisine, baby. I remember these things going dummy hard. I don't know what it was about these things, but I remember being so excited every time I saw this stupid box come out of the freezer. The Kid Cuisines were like the holy grail of shitty frozen dinners. Now my memory of these things is tainted heavily by the passage of time. So today we're gonna find out if these things are actually good or if they're just more frozen trash. I didn't get just one. No. I got two of these things. I figured that now, as a fully functional human with the burden of society on my shoulders, I would probably need two of these bad boys to satiate my hunger. So without further ado, let's check these babies out. Alright, the number one thing that I need to point out here is the absolutely disgusting rebrand. I remember these things having a super rad cartoon penguin, and now we have this absolute abomination of a just uncanny, terrible 3D rendering of a penguin. What the hell is this thing? I absolutely hate it. I actually hate this. There's just something so off-putting about it for me. It's just absolutely disgusting. Besides the absolute hellspawn of a mascot they now have, everything else here looks pretty decent at a glance. Being a man of culture, I obviously went with the all-star nuggets and the mini corn dog bites. This is gonna give us a pretty good variety here. Not only are we getting two unbelievably processed meats, but we're also getting both mac and cheese and french fries. Better yet, I'm getting a double dose of brownie, which is gonna help me take that first step towards my obesity cosplay. Although these honestly aren't too bad on the calorie front. We got 450 and 480 calories respectively. Combined, these two meals are still less calories than the one singular Hungry Man meal I reviewed in this video. So at least I don't feel like that big of a fat ass. However, we're getting a total of 2,450 milligrams of sodium just between the two of these, which is 106% of your daily value. That is not healthy for you. So we're gonna go ahead and open these babies up. Here come the dogs, and we got the nuggets. I mean... Alright, so immediately I'm having some concerns. I mean, just look at what's going on here. It's simply the saddest looking tray of fries and corn dogs I've ever seen. The mini corn dogs look like they got ran over by a Walmart power scooter. Now on the other hand, the nuggets here actually look pretty decent, but this mac and cheese, man, what the hell is that? The mac and cheese here kind of looks like it was already digested. Also, we have some spillage in there. Spillage! Honestly, a fairly rough start for the Kid Cuisines, but we won't count them out yet until they're cooked and in my belly. Now these come in extremely toxic plastic trays, so there's actually no oven instructions here, only microwave. I'm immediately a little bit concerned because I know there's gonna be super soggy, but if that's how they want us to eat them, that's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna throw these babies in the microwave and I'll be right back. Hey you! Did you hear? Hitting the subscribe button makes you both cool and awesome. And we're back. Alright, so I got my meals here thoroughly cooked. There's still one last thing to do, however. Each Kid Cuisine contained one of these sprinkle packets for the brownie. So we're gonna go ahead and top those puppies off. Yes, sir. Listen, I don't make the rules here, but it seems like the sprinkle to brownie ratio might be slightly off. We're gonna start over on this side with the fries. They are limp as can be, and we'll go ahead and dig in. Alright, so these fries have absolutely zero flavor. Why is everything sticking together? The fry just ripped the breading off my little wiener. Yeah, the fries, they're mushy as hell. They don't taste like anything. It's the classic frozen fry that you cook in a microwave. I mean, it's not great. Also, I should mention, we're going no sauces of any kind here. They didn't pack any sauce into the Kids Cuisine, so we can't have any outside help here. We're gonna move on to the corn here. We got corn in both of these containers, so I'm gonna try both of them, see if they're different in any way. I can't imagine they are. We got your pretty standard corn here. Yeah, I don't know. The corn has a texture of warm toothpaste. It is incredibly mushy. It tastes watered down somehow. Try the corn over on this side. Okay, so oddly enough, the corn over here actually tastes better. Has more flavor and it's less mushy. I have no idea why or how, and you didn't ask anyway. Overall though, C-tier corn. Next up, we're going for the mac and cheese, which, mind you, looks absolutely disgusting. It's strangely porous. It also looks incredibly dry and overcooked. I'm not excited for this whatsoever, but in we go. So right off rip, we have noodles literally falling apart. I can already tell this is gonna be absolute mush. It's got that good 3-week leftover crust on the top of it, but once you get underneath, it's incredibly soft and just mushy and moist. But how bad can it be? It's pretty bad. First of all, it's cold in the middle, which just makes the textures that much worse. It is literally just gluten cheese paste in your mouth. And the flavor itself is about as good as the phrase gluten cheese paste sounds, which is pretty horrific. But a man's gotta eat. I swear it gets worse every bite. And now that that's over with, we're on to the main entrees, baby. The nuggets here actually look pretty solid. That is, until you flip it over and you see this weird mush stain on the bottom of all of them. And we're just gonna go in for the kill. You know, that is not half bad. From the texture and flavor I'm getting, it makes me feel like they might actually be using real chicken, which is above my expectations. They are slightly soft and the temperature does vary a bit, but they're pretty edible overall. What actually shocks me is that they're somehow slightly crispy, and coming out of the microwave, I would have never thought that was possible. I don't know what black magic they're using here, but I'm getting an audible crunch upon entering my mouth. Now we move on to the absolute horror show of mini corn dogs. Now what the hell is this thing? This is mushy as hell and it is just falling apart. What even is that? I genuinely don't think I can eat this. Yeah, they're pretty awful. These are like mini corn dogs if you put it on the shelf in your shower and just left it there for months. The cornbread casing here has the consistency of wet concrete. It is just wet and tasteless. The hot dog part tastes about as good as it looks. It's unbelievably salty. It doesn't even taste like a hot dog. This one even has a little bit of a fry remnant hitching a ride. What a truly horrible experience. And finally, we have a little dessert treat. 2 brownies, baby, bring them on. Oh god. This is the first brownie. The first thing I'm noticing is the kind of elastic properties this thing has. This kind of feels like a prop brownie made of silicone rubber. Oh, no. What is wrong with this? This is supposed to be the yummy treat at the end. Why is it so awful? This is about the equivalent of like a half-cooked easy bake oven snack. This does not at all have the conventional texture of a brownie. This is like a brownie made of recycled tires, perhaps. Oh, what the hell? Really, really awful. Like you bite down on it and it springs back. It's hard in places and soft in others. Maybe one of the worst brownies I've ever had in my life. Probably the worst brownie I've ever had in my life. Here's brownie number 2. The first thing you'll notice is because of the shape difference between the brownie containment units, this one's a lot more plump. And now it's in 2 pieces. These freaking sprinkles are everywhere. Anyway, let's go for a bite. How does it get even worse? This is so bad. I made a joke about the first brownie being made of recycled tires. I'm not kidding when I say this actually tastes like a tire. This has the consistency of like chicken bone marrow, and it tastes absolutely toxic. It tastes like raw flour, a little bit of cocoa powder, and then a good handful of chemicals. Yeah. Somehow the brownie was the worst part of the meal. That was genuinely hard to eat. Listen, this might be nostalgia armor, but I'm gonna say it. This is not the same Kid Cuisine that I knew and loved. This is a terrible imposter product of what I once knew. I will be shocked if I don't get physically ill from eating 2 of these in one sitting. Some parts weren't that bad. Okay, the chicken nuggets, they were alright, but some of the other containment units in these little shitty plastic shells were absolute crimes against humanity. 4 out of 10 might buy for my future child. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, you probably enjoyed it, which means you should subscribe. You can do it right here. Also, you can click right here for some more content just like this. If you have suggestions for other foods you want me to try, leave a comment on this video, or hop into the Discord server and let me know there. Link's in the description. Anyway, see ya.